Tito, ¿estás viendo esto?
I got no idea, or maybe Breach and Giga. And the Persianator will come out flying, but it's going to be Snoopy to start things off. He has been playing so well. And
bueno, Boston contra Seattle. ¿A quién tú le vas, mono?
as the ARs look over and they'll get the kills. What do you think?
¿A quién tú le vas? ¿Rojo? Rojo. Mucho para allá. ¿Azul o verde? Verde.
For the Breach team. Is there a player that's really stepped it up kind of over this qualifier for you?
I think Awakening's playing a lot better. Just more consistent from him. Put in some great damage numbers as, you know, Nameless loves to gas the guy up. But, you know, you're going to have these maps where you're running into better teams.
Pinche gente. ¿Qué significa eso?
You need someone in your second line.
¿Qué significa el X, pinche gente?
So for me, it's Awakening.
El pinche gente lo
See
entiendo.
what kind of series he has in store for us. Certainly when playing at his best.
Puede
One of the
ser
most
eso,
talented
¿verdad,
shooters
Tito?
you are going to see.
Pero ¿por
We
qué
get right
kill
over to
X en vez
Awakening.
de poner la X
Caught
ya?
by a stun, but trying to hold the cross. Snoopy though getting in behind enemy lines, and now
X es una expresión.
well, one spawn coming in backside ammo, another spawn coming out deep for Surge. P2 is going to pop. They'll have the back spawn. They do pick up the guy that spawns out as well. So you have numbers here for a moment, but you got to get going if you're Breach.
Sí, yo escuchaba gente como que hacer como que jaja XD y yo, ¿qué?
And then who was that Awakening?
No, bro, eso me da un cringe.
Nasty is a guy, I mean, he loves the phase matchup. Him and Abuza really put up the numbers versus that team. They are starting to
pero LOL, qué sé yo, es normal, es general.
5 in a row from the head.
Pero el jajaja XD.
Especially this P2. You gotta pick, you go. You just have to go.
Yo siento que estoy leyendo un mensaje.
Fight back like Surge have inevitably been able to do as they try to split this time and maybe get a lead change in their favor. Breach, they
Ojo. Neptune con 2 y con el 3.
but Neptune slowly picking them apart from the side. And now just toying with
No, es que Neptune de verdad juega brutal.
Pushed up right now, the back spawn jumps in. That's exactly what you want as they're finding picks, trying
Tito,
to
cuando tú
flip
usas la
the
submachine
final
así.
10 seconds. This is what we talk about with Surge. Their teamwork is on point. They are so decisive as they take
Diablo,
the
loco, for. Ya lo está 9-4.
and now they have map
Si yo
control
una
for
pregunta para que te
P3 and P4.
pompe.
Yeah, that is a beautiful sequence. I mean, you go to that Breach break, which was great, and then right after that, it is all Surge over the next 60 or so seconds.
Lo tengo. Tengo aire acondicionado. ¿Para que yo quiero un semáforo en mi casa? Dime. Dime, para como tú vengas, por lo menos tenga algo con que parar. Yo no sé, mano, pero la hamaca está ready, loco. Lo que pasa es que yo no puedo tener una cama como la tuya, que es la Aquí, en triple size. Muchacho, la gasolina está muy cara. La gasolina está muy cara. ¿Qué qué? Pues ahora mismo eliminaron a Rocket, Ultra avanza y ahora está jugando Boston y Seattle. Pero recuerda, yo estoy como una hora atrasado, so quién sabe ya, si tú ves el stream actual, pues quién sabe ya sepa
the backside of
el
P4.
resultado.
Speaking of fours, it's 0-4 that pops off with a double, secures a little breathing room for the team.
Exacto.
And that's the breathing room for your ARs.
Pero estoy avanzando porque esquiveo como que todos los anuncios de la gente hablando y eso.
Right now. My man is cooking. Didn't have the best series versus FaZe himself, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they get the match win, and now he is starting with the AR, with the sub, doesn't matter.
Está 18-7.
Fundamentals from Surge on point sets them up. So 0-4 to Yo Hunting.
That's crazy. We've I don't know, maybe started talking, or I did at least, I might have been one of the more underrated players like a month ago, and it hasn't been the conversation lately. Like, he has been a behemoth. Where Neptune came in, it was really all the talk about him. 0-4 right there with him, if not surpassing them in some maps, which has been awesome to see. But the fact is the team has been playing together so well. They'll get all of this P4 time. So perfect hold. Now we get into our second set. We'll get ready for it. Time for Breach to try and bring this back.
I mean, again, that just all started from the end of that P2, right? And that's what has led them to this 50-point lead. Breach now, their turn to try to respond. You're going to have a little bit of control from P1, but
seguro
great movement
para GB, en vez del ¿cómo tiene? 19-9,
Surge
19.
Nasty to booze up, finding kills. Nasty, a slow start, but he's on the objective, now starting to get going.
Yeah, and sometimes, I mean, he'll have these slow starts. I mean, anyone can be guilty of it, but that's why you put me in the backpack early. I'll get rolling late. The fact is, you got this advantage. Like, who cares? You got the lead. You're feeling good about that 0-4. Maybe finding an opening out to the backside of the Breach push. He's going to turn that into 2. The hip fire
bro, de este tipo.
of Gigawake, and he will get dropped. Another little spree for him on 22 and 9. Not a ton of time remaining here. Breach going to try and hit this.
Era por favor.
Perfect time if they can. Still safe side spawn for Search for now.
Pero no te contesta tan bien.
But as everybody drops, this will be the last spawn you'll get. Will this end up being a split? Breach starting to push forward. We'll see if that'll be the case.
Yeah, Surge right now, they're down 50. Let's go to a listen with Vancouver Surge.
Ay, bendito Dios. Ahora. Bueno, a ver, ese emoticón no sale. ¿Qué pasó yo? Que Boston va a traer este juego para atrás. Ah, luego que se fue el internet.
¿A ti?
Pues creo yo.
Porque de repente se ficha por ese No, porque se va el boy así ya.
Se va el boy. Sí, se fue. ¿Escuchan aquí? Lo recuperé, pero tengo que esperar que se acabe la partida. Pero no estás viendo este Tito en Discord.
Sí, sí, lo estoy viendo.
Okay.
I don't see anything lying, bro. Farming came in. Don't see anything. I will try for you. I'm back front. They spawn me. Spawn me, guys.
I'll be back. I'm
One on the left, guys. On the left, Kami. I'm not picking. I'm 1 HP. Kami. One shot. Left on right. Okay. I'm bottom right. This is good.
Watch out. Persian.
Nice. I'm
Nice.
Let me see Kami, Snoopy, guys. 20 seconds left. Take your time.
I'm in, guys. I've already been.
One shot. I'm one shot.
Okay, come back. I can watch my side.
Bro, those comms at the end of P3 when they're dealing with Purge on the push through were incredible from Surge.
I mean, creme de la creme right there. I mean, you heard it from Neptune. He's already through P4. Then he's top P4. Neptune comes off spawn. I'm going to land a stun for you that allows him to win the gunfight. And we saw the graphic. It was 55-0. Last time through, it's probably the same thing there. Set up that P4 breach. And when we got into that, listen, fought back at the P2. But this is what Surge do. Just such great hard point to watch.
Breach gonna have to do it again in the P2, but I think I literally got chills, dude, during that sequence. Like, those comps were so good. 3 through on the feed for Breach, trying to mount this comeback. It's been a story of a P4 team and P3, P4, and P1, P2, like tale of two halves. Breach, this is their half that they've got to dominate, but maybe a break for Surge for now, and this break, in fact, there's still so much time remaining on the hard point. You still have time to get composed if you're Breach and worry about the setup for next. But with 15 seconds remaining, every fight going to be so big here in the upcoming seconds. This Breach, they just need it, and they need it desperately. This is a good time. You'll take it for sure.
I was going to say, I feel like you want to fight this, but they don't want to overreach, maybe get broken. You have Hellstorms on both sides. Purge was able to earn one last P2. Nasty, though, he's had one off that objective time, so he's going to call one in. You're going to see over Neptune on that player inside of ammo. Nasty going to connect onto Awakening. That is the opening. 404, 3 dead. Spawn out Surge, and now you have to do it if you're Breach. You have to use the Hellstorm of your own.
Purge's got to spawn in and call that in, I imagine, immediately, as they've got to break. 20 seconds needed for the victory for Surge. Streaked out coming in. Purge will stop moving. Here comes the missile up from above. They've got to break, and they've got to break now. That's not going to connect. Hey, how many kills is it actually going to lead to so far? It is all Surge on the whole. They just had to tighten up at P2 when the map was theirs, and that looks to be the case. No opening for Breach. Shut down. Neptune on 5 straight to close it out. That's a map 1 win for Vancouver Surge.
Vamos de vuelta.
Surge.
¿Cómo fue, pa?
See the dealership opening.
Para el evento, no sé, era 20, yo sé que era en junio 20 y pico, no sé si era 20, 21.
Big weight. Get that first blood.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's just
Como
sort
si
of
fuese
trying to
un
hard
mini
counter
Comic
a
Con de
break off
eso,
there for Boston
pero
Breach,
local.
or just taking a risk if you are Surge. Maybe trying to catch them off guard, but you're going to take that first blood. Because it was a 2-2 split. I mean, you had 3 there. If that first blood goes the way of Surge, they probably are like a 3 versus 2 for this round. Traded nasty there for another tracer 2v2.
That's one of those pushes, like, I don't know, maybe keep them on. Maybe they play a little bit slower offensively on B. They don't have that same aggressive hit you'd like because you're worried about that. I don't hate it. Take a little swing at it, and you still have a chance to take the round. Bomb planted now. Back up and reposition. We'll stick with Nasty for now. Takes a couple bit of tags. 30 seconds to go. See if we try to wallbang for info.
Qué buena, Abusa, qué buena.
Yeah, that's a problem. I don't know if you're going to recheck this as soon as he stops.
Qué
buena.
That is a wallbang.
Diablo.
Booz is just like, all right, I'll get on it now. But you gave up straight, you tried to wrap middle, you're playing for that wallbang.
Yeah.
He
stuck it the second after. That's so tough, especially with him wrapping back to get eyes. The second he hopped, I was like, oh, he's got this. Good heads up play for Buzo. He's like, all right. He's trying to wallbang for info. Well, let's go ahead and hop this thing.
Para la otra.
In a tough one there. I mean, you had such a clean first blood.
¿Qué otra, Estena?
They back down up, but the trades on that A straight do not go their way. And then in the 2 versus 2.
Ya, el cabrón estuvo de más.
Nasty, able to get 2 of the 4.
¿Cómo?
Double flip.
Loco, es que yo lo bajé y ninguno me invitó.
Yo sé lo que tú dices. Ya.
No me invitaron, yo pensé que yo lo bajé y no me invitaron.
Tengo 10. Posiblemente se acumulen 20.
Stun not going to give too much info or kitty tags. So they have trophies set up deep, but look at Breach. They are grouping up. They are ready to hit this.
Yeah, the only difference is you don't really have anyone middle of the map, right? That's sort of the normal default defense.
No, you know,
it's someone peeking that window, but it's going to be a 4v4. Here we go. Breach are just running.
And they should, Nasty, you hope gets one, but that's a 4-on-1. Everybody backs up. I mean, Abuza was still playing in spawn for the push through. They just all hit it through the front. And then
no hay break, mano. Está apretado. Ya lo defusiaron.
People put their bodies on the line, making sure teammates hold the window. And great job answering back if you are Breach. But yeah, no, Abuza was never into play. Well, I mean, into play based on how Breach played, obviously. And then everyone left. Outside of Nasty, right? Like everyone left to try to take a route.
Yeah, I mean, middle of the push was open, but yeah, Breach trying to catch them off guard, just 4 hitting. The B bomb site to retake it. Yeah, they know. There's nobody middle, so just gonna hop this bomb. Jamie looks over his teammates.
No, que escribieron una banana en el chat y pues eso es para mono. Mi hermano, está muy directo, ¿qué te pasa?
Porque tú diste la banana para
I feel like it's not that often we get that many
Yo si le saco esta espada y le pongo un hacha para que sea más taíno todavía y en algo.
Sea más taíno todavía.
Así mismo. Tú sabes que, Yoshi, tú sabes que tiene un build tuyo en...
Me envió un video. ¿Cómo es? Vacilando Josh.
Yoshi vacilando.
Yoshi vacilando.
Ok, eso era. Le quité esa espada, le puse el hacha. Y ahora le falta el arco. No quiero que vivan su pasado otra vez.
No lo da.
Yoshi no usa nada.
Caught waking out a pick there. This becomes far more winnable if he catches it. Probably need one more bullet.
Le doy con el látigo a él.
Anda el diablo.
Now it's just a timing when he goes and plants this bomb, or if he does. So yeah, now he's gonna hop it now. Does the retake start for Surge, and it might just happen. So you're gonna get some awful timing right off the bomb.
Ya lo mataron justo cuando...
That's the fear in that situation. Purge, so he gets one chance to do this. They just...
Difusión de otra vez.
Catches her, let him in front! Oh my God, gets shot in the boat.
Diablo, loco, parece... Con el primer tirito que sonó, se movieron los dos las millas.
Yeah, Booze's character just freaks out. Oh my God. He hops off the bomb so quickly. He needs like one more bolt and both.
Yeah, that animation.
Qué caro, mano. Listo, apunta tus sueños, Eso es bueno para ver si no los logra.
Yoshi, una pregunta. O sea, cuando tú eras pequeño, las películas de la época, ¿eran las de vaqueros de Clint Eastwood?
No. No habían películas.
Just like the bomb, just hopping away with the bomb. That looks
Acuérdate,
insane.
cabrón, si vivía en un
Yeah, dead
bohío,
body
¿cómo
there
carajo iba a tener
doesn't
TV?
help.
Yeah.
Yo tenía televisión, pero no tenía, no. Lo que tenía era cable.
Era una cajita y entonces lo que lo operaba era los
Yo tenía un gancho jopa.
How fast do the bodies get over from breach? Pretty quickly, the rotation is in. Now you've got everybody grouped up here.
Yeah.
Oye, era la Óscar, con ese yo veía Pokémon y todo.
So he's in that,
Con eso
opening
veía
up the
Pokémon,
door,
dice.
but at least allows you to bomb down.
Yo no
The big
estoy
thing is you don't
jodiendo,
have
dale,
much
que
presence on the street.
Se me
You've
olvida
really
que
backed
ustedes
away.
están.
Tammy's gonna find that first one.
Gets
Sí.
the
Me
open.
sorprende que
He continues to push it. They know they gotta go. 30 seconds remaining. They gotta work it. Cammy's able to
Ay,
get
no
another one.
jodimos
Now
con este
Snoopy is
español
fine.
guano,
Moving around the
Dios.
angle, and they just clear house. Cammy with 2, Snoopy with 2. You said it. No real presence on the street. They back it up, and that's the
quiere
only
mi
way
mana.
for breach to go.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen too much success with teams
Nah, pero
doing
yo no
that.
soy de
Like,
tu lado.
obviously, it's a bomb plant, but when you kind of back away, it just feels like,
Yo no soy de tu
even
lado.
online, did
Muñeco
not
no
feel well.
dobla.
The one team who really switched that up
Pero,
was like Ultra,
Fernando, tú te estás
that I can
llamando
think
Taylor
of.
mismo.
Normally, when they would plant the bomb,
Fernando, tú eres el menos que puedes hablar, tú eres tutuado.
and try to slide forward to a car and take some jump
Sí,
shots to them. But you
ese es
can
el
see
punto de
as soon as that
Tito.
first pick comes down from Gammy, you're all
No, me
sliding
da
on
risa
through. There's
porque
nobody
a
in the
Fernando
middle
dice,
of the
tú
map
tienes familia de
that
tu
Breach
lado,
have
pero
to
él
worry
vive de
about.
tu
So
lado,
great
él es de tu
retaste
lado.
here from both our squads.
Yo no soy de aquí.
No.
2-2 now.
Yo no soy de aquí.
Anda, el diablo, era.
Ay, me obligaron.
See who finds some separation
Bueno,
first.
ya yo no estoy en Puerto Rico, yo me moví para el lado de
As teams start to make these mid-game adjustments. And you can see they're really playing for maybe some aggression again. I think that still just goes back to the round
Ya
one.
lo están jugando bien lento esta ronda.
The round one pressure, they're thinking that could be a call at any time.
Yeah, and you're
Yo
just trying to keep that
me moví para el país
split
de
El diablo,
on the surge
Jodió
side.
uno.
Well, I
Y
think-
a diablo, usa
Yeah,
un poco
no,
lo
Snoopy
pescan
cannot
ahí.
get picked there.
El
As they're going to
diablo.
go A Street again. 04 was thinking about the flame, but maybe not now with the first blood. At this point, you're just going to play the
A ver,
retake.
vete
Nate,
pa'l
Booz has
carajo.
2 kills
Ya acabo de
defensive
leer.
first bloods. He just got picks from deep. One time on the Cammy. One time on
Mono
Snoopy.
está calladito.
This round's basically over. Wake has been insane in situations. He's been last alive, but
No,
no
pero está en el
opportunity
chat.
for any kind of magic there.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, the offense just stalls after
Póngale
Snoopy gets
muslo,
picked.
¿Qué?
Yeah, we'll see which team
Lo que no es
has not worked
burla.
out these last few rounds for either of
Yeah,
our
look.
squads. So
Ya video, yo
start to
quiero ver
think
eso.
you got to do something a little bit different here.
Ay, Dios mío.
We'll see if the play call
Porque no me deja ver el
might be
clip.
heading over to B. First
¿Quieres
bloods
ver
right
el
now. Advantage
Ahí
to
soy,
breach.
te clic.
3-2. But
No,
Booz is
no, deja de decir esas cosas, chicos.
That's just what the round one for you brought it back 3 versus 4.
Ay, ay, ay.
We're still going there, Joe.
A menos gente llega y diga,
A little bit
diablo.
of a different, maybe defensive look.
Lo siento si en algún momento te avergonzaste de mí. No, nada.
See what they do, maybe post plan. Like maybe you
Nunca diga
play with
eso.
a little bit more presence up front. It looks like that's going to be the call.
They're
Neptune,
gonna get
though,
caught.
he's just looking over it. Yeah, all of Breach are here.
Ya.
But there we go. Neptune
Me
didn't take
cago en la
some
boca,
gunfight.
la
That makes
echaba
it
de los
easy
puchos.
with one more. So a 2v1 for Purge.
Sí, sí, voy. No. Hice los primeros 10. No hice los 10 pasados, o tengo 20.
Purge, opportunity, maybe in a 1 versus 3 earlier. The 1v2 here, though, no chance to
Ay,
do
me
it.
cago.
Beautiful from the car, Heady. And now some separation finally for a team. Surge up 2.
Yeah, I mean, you were here.
Esa fue la mierda, loco, que no pasaron ni 15 minutos y como tumbé stream y volví a prendí, me cago en la
Yeah,
mano.
we saw it from Purge's POV. That is not an easy gunfight whatsoever.
It is
Volvió
not.
con la
But
falla
yeah,
del
when you
internet.
back it up, like you're playing
Oye, ¿qué tienes que decir?
Que si se me va el internet me voy.
not much playmaking ability for your subs
Ah,
whatsoever.
no.
Whereas Neptune, 04,
Te va.
able to do it
Bien
there.
mordido.
Me voy bien mordido, mis.
Pressure to breach now.
Te muerdo. Te hemos mordido.
Already in an 0-1 hole in the series, back a couple of rounds now in the search.
Oye,
This will be
ese
their
no quiere
search pick,
perder
so
ningún chance.
No,
Oh, sorry,
ninguna,
sorry,
las
this is
batea
search
todas.
picks.
Hasta las curvía las batea.
Tú no
Okay.
sabes lo que...
Wait,
Caught and drops.
Jochi, que tú quieres.
Advantage to Surge again.
Yeah, you were waiting on some aggression these last couple rounds when you
Mi
finally
pana,
did it, but it's
ya
not
para tu
B-side,
tiempo había un
it's right through
diccionario, puedes
middle. Now
buscar.
you're backed on up.
Sí, es que yo sí lo tiene
Get a
cuidado.
few are Surge, just gonna
Bueno,
play
el
the
diablo.
numbers, even if you allow the bomb plant. Snoopy
Pero
though,
está
trying
muy
to
de
get
verdad.
active. Trying to find anything that he can. I mean, 04 goes for the reach
Ay,
out.
cabrón. Yo creo que por eso es que me muteo.
Caught him here on the other
¿Y
side of the
cómo
map.
tú
The
sabes
timing
eso?
here for Awakening
No te
really depends on
preocupes.
what Neptune sees.
Hey, weird time.
Eso es entre Jay y Josh, ¿ok?
Anda.
Ahora digo yo, ¿no te imaginas alguien que entre nuevo y escuche
is
esto?
able to get 2. He has been locking down this A-side streak on
Y yo estoy grabando esto para YouTube. O sea, cuando yo estoy grabando, yo subo este video.
Car out.
Aquí me va a comentar. Ven acá, ¿están viendo el juego? ¿Están...?
Try to deal with a car and fire.
¿Tú lo
Nasty.
tienes golpeado de verdad?
¿Qué
Three
qué?
straight. Now for Surge.
Tito, ¿qué te pasa?
Now dominated by Surge around away from a 2-0.
¿Cómo tú quieres saber, Tito? Ven acá. La curiosidad te mata.
But then with Neptune getting
No,
pushed
yo
up
dije
into
que
that
eso sería una
music,
pregunta que
you just
haría el
kind of
chat.
cheat over towards A. That's where Bruce is able to find both of those players on the breach side. But I think if you're breach maybe in that moment, you kind of just have to wait for awakening, I think, to make the call. Because he does find an opening. He could have slipped through. Instead, he's left in a 1v4.
Ya, yo no sé ni qué está pasando en este juego.
Yeah, we're so focused.
Yo voy a cambiar el título del directo. Yo no voy a poner Watch Party. Si yo lo único que estoy viendo aquí soy yo.
So much
Ya
for
que era
that.
party, yo estoy viendo. O sea,
Ella que era party, vacilando con la
Tú no lo
bellaquera.
estás viendo tampoco. Si yo no lo estoy viendo, tú no lo estás viendo. No. ¿Qué ha pasado, Tito? Yo no sé ni cómo llegamos a 2-5 en un Search and Destroy.
Or through the flank, so
que acabamos de ganar.
that's gonna be the call. Get 0-4 to plant, and then maybe Neptune
Oíste,
¿Qué?
Tito.
hits him with a full flank. So watch
Va-
number
va a ser
8 as long as
este
0-4 stays
vacilante la
alive.
bellaquera.
But it may not matter, because all of Boston are here.
Te lo sabes llamar.
Get back to full, and I
Los
thought
intentos
pick
de miss.
one. The opening is in for Neptune, though. He's been lurking the entire time on the offsite. Now he
No, yo no puedo poner eso.
Now he's just gonna wanna play
Está
like
apretado.
it. Yeah, I like that for Breach. Everyone backs up and
Pues
deals
si
with him.
si Tito me
He's
baneó hasta por una
towards the
estupidez,
side,
imagínate
he did 2
esto.
versus 2.
That's it. Yeah, Bomb wasn't down. Like, if Bomb
Eso
is playing,
quisiera decirle yo, pero no me hacen
works out
caso.
for Neptune and
Pues
Surge.
ponte a la
Instead, it
YouTube nada
doesn't.
más.
But still
Nah.
time to work.
Vacilando con los panas.
Editar para YouTube nada más. No creo. Aquí estos videos me tardan mucho. Para Instagram, sería para Instagram.
Shuts down both,
Que
and
yo
this
espero que
one
no pase
is
nada.
done. Another time in a round where I'm thinking something's going to develop, and
Sí, lo
it
uso, lo
just
uso.
slams. Much
Bueno, ya que el
tougher
juego
test
pasado
here
no
for
pude
Surge.
verlo literalmente, pues vamos a concentrarnos en este juego a ver lo que está pasando. So, Seattle está 2 arriba. Boston, obviamente, si pierde va a loser y va a jugar contra Ultra. So, el que pierda de aquí no está eliminado del torneo.
Yeah, that's just great comms from somebody on breach. Because it looked like the flank was open, but then you saw Awakening after the first gunfight just
Todo
immediately
por Bad
slide
Bunny.
back
Ahora tú eres
start
fan
to
de Bad Bunny.
pre-fire
era.
the flight from 0-4. So nice job by breach on that break.
Comms are just knowing the
Instinct,
timing.
yeah.
Ah, dígame, eso sorprende.
Nice shots there from Nasty. But you need your shooters to really come alive. And I mean, I'm saying Wake and Cammy. Like, can Wake and Cammy really get going? Nice little 3-0 start. Make it 4 straight.
Y Awakening.
He's
4-0.
dancing through stunts and looking to get
5.
aggressive. Streak is going to continue. Now it's
Uy.
the pistol. Maybe needed one more hit there. And that streak keeps going, but you still got numbers.
Ya lo
Still got
dijiste
bodies
de
here
secundaria
defensively.
y
30
me
seconds left to
sentí
go.
3
So far, so
veces
good.
más
But we
viejo
know
de lo
multis,
que
every
me
3 seconds
siento.
remaining, suddenly you get 5 ticks. Need to close this out with authority.
I mean, Cammy, we saw sort of the leaderboard from this stage. It's Cammy Awakening in the top 10.
Qué buena.
Well,
Ay,
you
casi,
did it
casi.
from Wade,
Snoopy.
get a little bit from
Abusa
Cammy right
con
there.
dos.
Booz is going to find two, but his teammates are all dead. So far, I mean, this is perfect from Breach in round 1.
Yeah, and even that one-on-one, I'm sure Abusa was weak, but Purge needed to win that. Just don't allow them to pause the clock. This will be the last push then through. Nasty trying to do it from underground, sub in hand, but he's going to get caught. Everybody drops outside of Neptune.
Ay, Neptune.
You couldn't ask for a better defense so far.
Coño,
Control
Boston.
improvements looking good.
Blanked him. I mean, no ticks even over towards that A side. Starts off well, and I mean, 0-4 just starts off 0-5. Just felt like any route he was trying to take got shut down.
We know how defensive heavy Vault has been.
Yo siento que tú
They
cambias
blank
mucho de
him. I
género.
mean, you already set up with a good opportunity to give
Por mi
yourself
madre que te conocí, que escuchaba
around
Alan
5
Walker.
defense.
Luego me habías dicho que te gustaba 21 Pilot, creo que
Those
no
full holds
recuerdo
can
qué
be so
exactamente era.
massive, and that's
Y ahora
the
me estás
great
diciendo eso.
Surge obviously potentially do the exact same thing. 0-4 trying to dig himself out of hell with the goose egg there in the opening round, but let's see if he can get loose a little bit now defensively. Certainly a little bit of an easier
¿No tienes
role.
una cosa que te guste like, mucho, mucho? Que siempre estás rotando.
Purge on his 4, trying to take the route. You get the pick on Awakening, and a teammate is going to come in. Cammy at least going to
Ah, lo vieron.
Purge is going to be
Acho, lo
coming as well.
pescaron.
4, well, now on the board as he gets a double, and well, pretty similar to what we saw in the
lo
last
viste.
round. Defense wins the break. Defense early setup and control.
Yeah, I thought 0-4, or sorry, Purge was like, maybe just going to try to go B, just pause the clock. But yeah, so weak. Was waiting for somebody to drop down, get that trade, keep his streak alive. But doesn't happen. Right back to it though, Joe Boston Breach. They find the first 2 picks. Well, maybe the first 3. It's just Abusa left alone in a 2 versus 1.
Back to Abusa gets 2 though. They're going to be able to reinforce this quickly, and it's going to be a 4. Maybe trying to take a route. He's able to do just that. A 4 is going to get 2. I think a boost is if he opens that up for a 4, then he can make a play.
Yeah, but he wins the first one, right? Purge is on that stairheady. That's a catwalk to stairheady gunfight win.
Anda el diablo.
He wins that first one. That gives him the angle from Cat. Yeah, allows him to retake.
Ay, ay, ay.
So back to the basics. We go for breach. Next hit upcoming. You're able to
20
get the opener
segundos.
again.
Bueno, 27.
Opportunity to do it though. A 4.
Ay, yo fue.
Chance to play spoiler.
El momento.
And he's spoiling. Another multi-kill. From what 0-5 in the round 1,
¿Qué
now
pasó,
up to 6
bueno,
and
no
6
te
on 4 straight.
Jusco, ¿verdad?
Multis in the last 2 pushes.
No, brother, ¿sabes? Vi y no vi el juego anterior. So por lo menos ver el próximo.
But still, the Surge defense good enough that not as straightforward a conversation for a potential round 5. Last chance.
No te juzgo.
Yeah, maybe able to touch B. Purge is going to get on it for now, but no trophies. Needs the help. Awakening is there. Awakening Charles for the 3rd. Purge is able to stay alive. That's going to be all 4 dead. You're going to have one player in Tammy starting to push up the street. Now they're just going to keep one on B, and they're going to rotate it over towards A.
I love this. I love this. 0.5 on the clock, and we were talking about 1 tick. Well, now it is 3, and maybe more. Minute extension is looming. Do you take the risk and keep sitting bodies at this? They're still trying to fight for it, or are they? Neptune maybe is trying to secure a hole and make sure he picks up one on the exit. It's actually 0-4 they'll do that, but what a great stretch there from Breach. What a play over at B, because that was literal last opportunity. Yeah, and great comms, right? All right, B is just a tough point to capture. Let's not allow the nades to ruin this. Let's go to A. We have all the trophies down. It's easier for us to defend this, and now maybe a chance. They already have a take towards the B point. They find a couple of kills. You're going to put 3 players on this. Lots of Breach. We are on the same page, trying to win the attack in round number 2, trying to get it to a map 4.
Nupi.
Just staying alive, though, is Surge.
Diablo, loco, si pusiera llevar el
but no
tercero.
respawns remaining for Breach. I mean, listen, you'll take the 5. This has been great. A round win would have been unbelievable considering the circumstances. But still doable. Time giving issue at number 5 that's lurking in 04. What is his timing going to be? But you found a volume of kills. 04 is going to pounce. He's going to take out Snoopy. Quickly traded by Awakening, though. Hold on a second.
Qué brutal la jugó. Diablo, qué brutal la jugó Purge.
I mean, what a round. Again, just the play call off of B.
Siguió dándole vuelta a la guagua.
For a second, Awakening finds that multi-kill. Let's go towards A now. Keep Snoopy towards this point.
Brother.
And then, yeah, they just played as like a death ball. Like, they were just grouped up, always multiple players on the objective. All the pressure was over to Surge to have to chow.
How quickly that go from me talking about the 1-tick advantage.
So now you're up 2-0.
Yeah, now you're up 2-0. That is a bit of a difference. And
poder de mono.
like I mentioned, where we started this map, it can happen. If there's any time remaining in that clock, it seems like it is possible to win. As hard as offense can be, it just usually happens like that.
Ahora es tu banda de rock.
You blink, and it can be over.
Y ahí está la ofrenda. Toma, banana.
Maybe this is where they mount their comeback in the series. Trying to get this to a Skyline map 4. We know how good they could be on that particular map. Obviously the pick for Surge, but still, these guys have some pretty good square-up maps when you talk about the hard points at least. Surge, though, trying to stay alive within this particular map.
No, te
Neptune
partí.
stop shooting.
Dale, pero
Neptune
Neptune se va.
stop shooting. Neptune's able to get 2.
I don't know if he stops shooting. It runs out of ammo. Just, well, not the crispiest shots, but it doesn't matter. His teammates have his back. So this is cleaner out of Surge so far.
No, como te digo, ¿cuál es? No es que me digas 20, me digas una.
No, he's just going to back away. Well, you're going to have a long 2-minute defense here
Yo
for
estoy
Breach.
pidiendo 20. Adiós, se llevó 2.
Obviously must win right now.
Porque sé que me habías mencionado mucho, pero
within this
la
map.
realidad es que no recuerdo.
4 straight and hunting is Neptune. Knock, knock.
Ya, lo viste cómo
That looked insane.
se vio brutal esa animación del chamaco.
Yeah, had like a double dash. Yeah, it was literally like a shoulder charge from an MMO. Like you're playing a tank and wow, what the f was that?
I don't know, but they have 3 dead right now. A big nade from Cammy takes down Abuza. You should have 3 players on the point. You can still work the first take. They do just that. Plus, you stop the clock again, so still a minute 40 to work with. Abuza's going to follow up Purge's double with a double of his own.
That's keeping bodies near the point. Just going to be nasty, though, for a moment. How long can he stay up? Quickly.
Boston tiene uno de los controles más clean que yo he visto.
Good job from Breach, regaining lives still relatively even. And now you get some map position if you're Breach. Still, though, 120 seconds to go. Plenty of lives to do this on offense if you're Surge.
¿Esos son de rock o de electrónica?
But you've got to deal with there's a lot of positions. Well,
Diablo, consiguieron a Perch en esta esquina.
He could have staggered this pretty quickly. Another great pick. Just taking their time, reading the map, getting out.
Yeah, we saw it last round, right? Just takes a couple of seconds. Just need the map position for that execute to happen on the B point. Abuza's going to step up, just pause the clock. Maybe force somebody to chow, but you chow 0-4. If you are Cammy, you win the gunfight, then Snoopy's able to reinforce.
Yeah, I mean, you want any pause is great because you'd love to bring this maybe 2 lives, considering you have an advantage, even if it's minimal. It'd be so hard if your only winning condition is just getting the ticks. Only 40 seconds to go, though, and while the lives becoming less of a conversation, as Purge, I thought that was a triple. Nasty, just able to finish it, though. Purge with the damage in, though. Easy trade for Snoopy. Under 30 to go. They're right back in this series. And then it plays to the conversation we're having. Like, that's why you aren't as big a panic mode, because of the improvements in control. We're not quite done yet, though. Clock is going to be paused again, but only 7 lives remain. Nice pickup there from 0-4.
He's finessing.
Hold up now. Hold up now.
He is finessing and playing his life, allowing his teammates to get there, but holding the line is the ARs. This has been the difference maker for them stepping up. But 0-4 is still there. He was just all by his lonesome. Only 3 lives remaining, 10 seconds remaining. How quickly can they get to B?
Trying to go. Neptune nearly able to win this second, but can't do it.
Algo,
on
control
Nasty
Boston
now.
3-0.
And it's not going to be a 3-0 victory in the series for Surge. It's Breach battle played. Map 4 now, underway. Breach trying to battle back and even up the series. And they'll start with those P2 side spawns. Trying to stop themselves being flipped, trying to battle for the time.
Bueno.
So far, beautiful.
Uy.
You'd love to keep Cammy alive there, but Purge has the trade right back onto the time. Can get a nice P1 lead here. Still with
se fue.
That window opened up, and that's going to be all for dead.
And you do spawn left side one more time.
Bueno, vamos a ver el jueguito.
Vamos
a ver el jueguito.
Now Surge trying to turn this into time and see if they can make a play late on the
flip. Ahora mismo este tiene spawn.
Cammy.
Y ahí espero que Boston gane. Yo quisiera que Boston de verdad llegara lejos.
I think some teams in that scenario probably push up very far and try to maybe split the spawns. But Surge is just thinking, let's take the time, and then after a pick, let's go. This is what they do. They play around the objective, they find an opening pick, and now as soon as a P2 is about to pop, they win it again behind Neptune's 3.
One of the best teams is finding kills at the right time. You when to switch gears and go. Yeah, I was surprised at first. I was assuming they were going to hold forward.
Yeah, they just took the 20.
Down. They're like, okay, yeah, let's just take the time, hold our gun, keep the locked down.
Oye, la aprecio mucho. Hace tiempo que personas como que no hacían clip en el canal, ahora por lo menos van a estar saliendo varios clips por ahí. Tengo que buscar el bot ese. Uy, qué buena abusa. Este tipo es un duro.
Seems like Ray's just like, let's just make the game simple. Simple as
En verdad que sí, son recuerdos. Por eso que nunca... Por eso me gusta cuando hacen clips.
Allow that to happen as best we can. Control the controllables.
Pero posiblemente a la larga, dentro de varios años, me ponga a verlo y recuerde cuánto sufrí.
I mean, not the biggest of deficits. They're still okay, but starting to remind me of the last series.
Yeah, well, I'm just worried too. Just from a slaying standpoint, sort of your subs right now, just combine 6
and 13.
Gracias. And always difficult when you don't have the good spawns that you want trying to break these hills, but they're also just losing gunfights like that. Similar to map 1, doing whatever he wants to do to control the map.
Dude, he has been such a fun player to watch develop over these last couple of years.
Tengo que poner más días de Twitch, yo estoy bien atrás, pero bien atrás. Hay muchas cosas, hay alertas con los tonos, hay un montón.
Coming right back with
Lo que necesito es una semanita libre de trabajo para ponerme al día en todo, de verdad. Y no la voy a tener. Y ahora ni pronto. Ojo.
Allow the reinforcements to get in a position from Breach, and then maybe after these kills, try to go and flip the spawn.
Nacho, Seattle parece que está llevándose este juego en su bolsillo.
They kind of all get shut down there as the ARs from
Perch con 3-9 vendido.
make the play. 4 is still kind of out lurking in Purge. He's going to try and stagger this push a bit.
Epa, el audio.
And he does that perfectly. He's able to get 2. Still have your teammates safe deep.
¿El audio se jodió para mí o para todo el mundo?
Purge picks him apart. He's able to get 3 and then a 4th. That is a
Creo
Purge
que se arregló.
masterclass.
Yeah, I think we should watch him. Let's watch number 4 in Purge. He's back down right now. Yes, cutting them down with both weapons. Well, he's going to spot the push. Well, the rest of the players, 3 going to go up top, 1 down low.
He just saw the map. Like everyone's playing safe, and then Purge is out roaming. And what a play he can make. Streak is going to continue out of him.
Ay, justo cuando hiciste el
Everybody's dropped
mantle.
outside of Purge. He's has to be the hero again, and maybe that's exactly what he's going to be able to do. Both weapons to work with, but not able to win that final fight. So a break now. And from Surge, they try to push this lead out once again. Yeah, you'd love this 20 if you were Breach. Now that's going to keep your 70-point lead if you are Surge. So it's just Purge kind of lurking up top, allowing his teammates to get a position for this P1. All right, about to get to our second set. 70-point advantage.
Qué buenos tiros.
Is it just the guns need to get a little bit hot for Breach? Surge just a better hardpoint team? What's got to change? Well, I think the P1 to P2. I think the P2 is probably massive, and then you have a chance. There's a 30-point swing right there behind that break, right? This is a much different game if you get all of the P4. True. This doesn't happen, but now you're getting P1 ripped away from you. Yeah, just look at the scoreboard. Yeah, Nasty double positive, Neptune double positive. 5 in a row now for Nasty. Make it 6.
Buenas.
Nasty is pacing. Surge are dominating. Lights out and hard point.
No pueden perder rotación y ver que Nasty está haciendo la jugada.
That was the storyline.
Ay, si mata a este tipo,
right now, though, the storyline is Nasty is dominating. Surge are dominating. And they're set up for another P2. Streak now up to 8. 1 more to get the missile. He's able to do just that. Gets it before the streak comes to an end. But you got some real estate now for the next hard point. This is probably the do or die moment. Breach have to break. They got to break early. I really want to watch sort of a deep Surge. Oh, yeah. Because these two teams just seem a step ahead. And what we're seeing out of Surge is just so fun to watch. And hard point is Neptune. Him and 04 find all 4. You had a chance there. It's looking like you were going to break the spawns, but the duo says not today. You had a 4-on-2, maybe some damage in a couple players, but you just got to take that. As you said, the duo shuts it down. Break had to happen there. It's been a game of sprees at times. Nasty previously still with the cruising hand playing the jacuzzi heavy beautifully. Neptune still on a tear as well. Lead is just building up over 100 points now. Feed is all white again. Being put in the body bag.
Yeah, the only player that makes a play right there is Purge, and that's because he got gifted a back spawn. I mean, Patio was open. He spawns there, so he gets a freebie, but then it's immediately traded. 130-point lead, and I think similar to map number 1, your P2, it's like a P4, it's like 100-5 on that hill. Into the breach. Surge are more like into their cheeks, as they are just flying them. 04 trying to get back to work. Stun gonna slow him down. Okay, maybe this is last call. Maybe not. Can you hold third? And have a perfect Okay,
¡Diablo! Augusta se llevó a 3, pero ¿qué pasó?
Take a breath. The problem is Nasty has a hellstorm, so. Yeah, I hear you, Joe. But all right, I'm trying to believe, Joe. Maybe the missile hit a bird. Somebody will shoot it out of the sky. But you're requiring perfection. You're up against it right now in the series. Reminder: this is a winner's bracket match, so you still continue to battle. If you lose this series.
Buena.
But Breach within this one, they're trying to guarantee themselves their second top 3 ever in the CDL as an organization. Not looking that way right now, though. But hold up. If they can get a perfect hold here, suddenly you're down, 40 to 50. Well, Nasty's going to find the fake. Is he going to use it here? Do they not want to? Abuza's going to find the third. So you're going to have the pressure. Do they block the spawns? They do, and they win all the gunfights. See you later. That dream, that story is dead. Surge with another break. Another moment of dominance, up 100, looking to close this out. Breach, they've got to break through. You can't, quite win it here, but it's another spree. You've had a 7 from Nasty, a 6 from Neptune, now 6 from Abuza, as he's taking over.
And this is the thing, the map control. You've always had somebody out.
Y lo tiró.
Nasty's gonna call on the Hellstorm, just let his teammates know where the push is coming from.
No one to
force
kill.
them into Neptune's hand, where he hits another one.
Y
He
se llevó a
finds
uno.
awakening. And this has just been a hardpoint masterclass in this series.
No, it really, really has. They are so far ahead of this breach team in this particular mode.
I mean, they might be ahead of a lot of teams.
Yes, yes. I mean, this when
Almost.
when they first started to make their run into being a good team with Neptune in, it was a hard point. That was the bright, shining light for this squad. They are right back to the basics. Dominance out of Surge.
Bueno, Boston, vas para loser. Pero no importa, tienes break, tienes break.
As they continue their run, looking for that first victory.